And the struggle started. Because it was a huge crowd. Everyone wanted a job. We used to go to walk-ins where thousands of people were there. And we used to compete. We used to, cross one step or two steps or three steps at a time, and then again, things will just go, on a waiting phase. I was attending one of such walk-ins, which was a company called I2, and they had this requirement that we needed to show the hard copies of our mark sheets. I prepared very well, and I went there to realize I don't have one of my mark sheets. So the mark sheet was lost. All my friends went, my roommates went, few of my roommates got job, and I was there outside, totally broken from inside, depressed, devastated, saying that I could have landed with a job in just, fraction of seconds, or probably in a day, and then here I am. I don't even have the mark sheet. I'm not even eligible to sit for the exam. What should I do? Coincidentally, at the same time, my elder brother's marriage got, fixed or scheduled. So I had to travel back to my native place in Calcutta. I attended the marriage. I helped my, parents to arrange for the stuff, for the bigger functions. And then I took blessings from Sisi Dada, our grandson of Sisi Thakur. And I told him that I had lost the mark sheet and I need to go collect it from Allahabad. So I travelled with 2,000 rupees to Allahabad and went there to only understand that the mark sheet is not available there. And I should travel to Rajasthan, Ajmer, to collect the class 12th mark sheet. So traveled there, collected the mark sheet, and I went. When I came back, by that time Sisi Dada had travelled to Calcutta. And as I told you, whenever any one of us who has had the holy, chance of having his holy darshan or, chance to meet him, whenever we get another chance, we never let it go. So the moment I came to home, I realized that he is there. I changed my attire, freshened up, and I went back to have his holy darshan. Trust me, it has never happened. He has seen me so many times in my life. And every time he has, called me with so much of love. I still recall the kind of, the way he used to pronounce my name. I can hear that voice in my ears. But that was the only first day. The moment I went there in front of him, I didn't even had, board before him. And he was like kind of angry as like a, father or a parent to his child. Prasang, what are you doing here? You told me you were supposed to search for it. You were supposed to go to Bangalore for a job. What are you doing here? That question was like, the moment I heard that question, my heart, I felt something in my heart. It was like a shock or a jolt. I bowed before him. I told him I just collected my mark sheet and I then immediately, proceed and go to Bangalore. I didn't have a reservation. I took a general ticket traveling to Bangalore. Those days, on a general ticket was a, tough thing. But that is what I felt because, that is what he wanted from me. So I immediately managed with a general ticket and traveled. I landed on 14th of February 2006. I remember that day because it was Valentine's Day. And if I'm not wrong, in the next 2 or 3 days, I got a call from Satyam. All my friends got a call from Accenture. And then I was again, the human mind is always seeking for the best. Whatever is, it's kind, you can refer it to be greed or, whatever, I don't know. Or probably the urge to become better. Just before the day of the exam, I got my invite. Again, it was a walk-in drive, I remember. And I used to always excel in all these group discussions. Fortunately, unfortunately, that was on that day the group discussion. In the group discussion, I had my roommate as well. And I was feeling, and he was a guy who was very shy. He was not outspoken. So something came to my mind. My guru has always, propagated that our well-being is actually hosted in the well-being of others, the people, the ecosystem that we stay in. Something prompted me from inside not to take a lead with a point or point of view in that group discussion, rather than kind of manage the group discussion in a way where everyone gets a chance. Fortunately, unfortunately, my chance never came. I was able to coordinate and run through the circle in a round robin, and the time was up by the time my chance came. I was again I thought I lost it, but I was the only person who was selected in that group. I landed up with a job. So point is, it's not about my job or what my mother went through. Point is, everything happened for a good cause. It's not like anything happened without us doing or taking the initiatives to make that work to be done. But the blessings or the instructions from our living ideal, from our Acharya Dev, that is what helped us. That is what helped us overcome the situation. My father got initiated when he was a very young child. And it's not like my family has gone through very good, all the time it has been a good sailing time. No. We have gone through good times, we have gone through very bad times. And trust me, every bad time that we have faced, we have overcome that problem, and we personally have become much more bigger, much more united, and much more stronger than whatever we were. We all are here from far away places. We have prioritized this activity or this, event. We could have spent our weekend in somewhere else. Every person here comes from a different family, has a different language, has been brought up in a different culture. All of us are united with one love towards one person, that one common person. And he is the manifestation of love. Such is his love. I remember when the holy work of Bangalore Satsang Vihar started, our Acharya Dev's son told us or gave us a small pointer saying that there are two kinds of people. There is one kind, everyone takes a coach or a guru in their life. Everyone does. If we don't know something, we reach out to Google, right? That's the impromptu thing that we do because that is easily available. If that is not available, we'll reach out to some person who knows best, whom we think. But then, there are few people who adhere to whatever instructions they get, partially, and there are few people who consider themselves as not so intelligent and follow the instructions, whatever they get, in the appropriate way. He said, and I remember he said, mark me, the person who follows the instructions that the guru or the coach or the living idol tells in an appropriate and adheres to it in a 100% appropriate way, he never looks back in life. He definitely meets success. And he is the most intelligent person. And that's what we did. And it was a remarkable achievement. I'll not say that we had done. I think he had got it done through us. It was like, when in India, when parents or father would come with a two-wheeler and the parking would be on a higher place and he would push the bike and to park it, and the child would push it from behind and the child would feel from inside that he has pushed it. But actually the father had done. Such is the relation that Thakur and all of us have. What we need to do is we just need to love him. I never have seen or had the holy darshan of Thakur. Doesn't mean that I can't love Thakur. I can still love Thakur. My Thakur is living, living Acharya. That is the beauty of satsang, and that is why satsang, there are thousands of spiritual organizations in the world. That is why satsang is different. Because we have the living God, the person where the godly behaviors or the godly qualities are enlightened the most. And that person is in flesh and blood. And he can be your coach, he can be your love center, and he can guide us, goad us to make this life, the worthy living. That's what I call a successful life. We have been talking about intelligence and whatnot. I think that is the most intelligent step that we would ever take in our lives. Having a coach, having a real coach in flesh and blood. No matter what we did. If we just try to see any successful person, be a football player or any player or any good successful person in any walk of life, it will definitely also realize that person had a coach. He invested on a coach. And we are talking about our lives. Life is an irreversible reaction. Every day that we lose is never going to come back, my friend. Invest your time and your efforts in the living ideas. And trust me, mark my words, this is coming out of not 42 years or 44 years of my life. It is coming out of 3 generations of, following satsang in my family. Satsang never fails. Or living Acharya never fails. You'll always remember that one step that you had taken, that had become the turning point of your life. With that urge and request, I conclude my speech here, asking and seeking for the holy blessings for everyone who is involved and present here, or not being able to present but has contributed to this, holy event in Budapest. Wishing the best for everyone. Jai Guru.